All right, we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my fellow comic book collectors. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics. And yes, things are getting a little bit better. Just to give a quick update while I'm waiting for people to come on in. Luna is doing great. It ended up that the $3,600 that the vet wanted to charge us was an estimate. So it was less than half of that. And she's doing fine. The good thing is, it was just minor stuff that needed to be fixed. She had some fluid in her lungs. She's not in pain. The vet said this is not something out of the ordinary. And like I said, as long as she has a fighting chance. I was just really upset at the fact that it was kind of thrown on me last second. I didn't know about it. And the doctors, they wanted $3,600 cash, was definitely a little frustrating to say the least. So that would probably explain my other video. As far as houses are concerned, I'm going to knock on wood at this point, but we made an offer on a house in the same location, and they contacted me to say that they're going to accept the offer. So nothing is official yet, but they're going to send the paperwork tomorrow, and if I make a deposit, then I can get this house. It's not my dream house. It's not as good as the other one the other day. But I look at it this way. It's a start. It's a place. And we can always go up from there. So what I'm going to do is, because some people, obviously this is a comic book channel and people like seeing my comic book videos. So I'm doing this one first. But right after this video, I have another 14 books that I'm going to be selling. So I'm going to make a whole separate video. So for the people that come here because they just want to see comic books, that's what this video is going to be for. If you want to stay for the next video right after this one, I will be selling some more comics. They are already on the website. So if you want to beat people to the punch, the link is right there in the live chat, and it is also in the description near the bottom. If you click on the site, it takes you to my website. Just scroll all the way down to the bottom. There are some key issues, some things that people have requested. So if you're interested and you want to get to them before you see the video, there's only one of each, except for one book has 4 of them. So that will be right after this video. So I see enough people are here, so let me say hello to a couple of people. We got Ricky, we got Florence, always good to see you. We got Jose, we got Lee, we got Q-Ball, Collector, Jerry P, Brett Hess Art, Cleone, Huff House Art, Jeremy is here, Rick is here, Manny the Comic Collector, Robert, Comic Edition, and many others. Welcome. So glad to see you guys, and thank you for putting up with my situations. Things might be turning around, knock on wood. We're going to see tomorrow about getting this house. So I need to sell a bunch of stuff. I have to try and figure out a way to come up with about 18 grand within the next 2 months. So I'm going to be selling a bunch of books, but that'll be for the next video, so stay tuned if you're interested. You can also see the comics are already listed on the website. Some of them as low as $40. So go check them out. And Comic Addiction, I want to thank you for your messages and everybody that's been kind and understanding. You guys have definitely made this amazing. So the first thing I want to do is put on the video camera. Don't mind me. I've been running around doing 500 different things today, so I may not look my best, but, you guys are here for the comics, not for me. So let me lower this a little bit so you can see. So I have 5 key books. I've done plenty of these in the series, so check them out if you haven't seen them. Most of them are for under $100. These books easily you can get for under $20 a piece. And books you may not be thinking about, and that's usually the best time to get them. So like I said, I'm going to show these 5 books, then I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm going to restart another video selling some of my comics, so stay tuned. And again, they are already listed. If you want to beat anybody to the punch, you can order them right now. All right, so the first one. This is a book, thanks to the wonderful, and I say that facetiously, Netflix show that kind of ruined this character. The prices have gone down. I don't think they're going to stay down forever. And when the prices are lower, that's usually the best time to pick these up. Now, if you can't afford the first appearance, which is Marvel Premiere 15, this is the next best thing. This is Marvel Premiere 16, which is the second appearance of Iron Fist, and his origin continued. So it was part 1 and part 2. Now, because of the fact that the Netflix series was not that great, this book could easily get picked up for $15 to $20. Now, of course, I'm not talking 9.8s because, any book in 9.8 is going to have some kind of cost to it. But this is a book most people are not talking about right now. You never know now that it'll probably take, like they said, the deal Marvel had with Netflix is that they can't use the characters for 2 years. But who's to say after 2 years, if they don't do something again with Iron Fist, especially with the Shang-Chi movie coming out, you never know. Maybe Part 2 has him in it. I'm not saying I know anything about that or that's going to happen, but if it does and you buy that book cheap, you're going to be really happy. All right, another one. Price has gone down a little bit on this, but again, that is the best time to pick these up. This is Battle Scars, issue number 1. This is the first appearance of Agent Coulson from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. Love this show and the series all the way up until this year's series. This series is just, I can't watch it. So the first couple of seasons, I think seasons 1 through 5 or 1 through 4. I think it's 1 through 5, and this is the 6th season where I love the show. But this latest season that's going on right now, it's too SJW for my taste. But if you like Agent Coulson, who knows if they ever bring him back into an Avengers movie. I mean, you saw him in the Captain Marvel movie, so anything's possible. But this book, again, you could easily find on eBay for $10 or less, maybe $15 if it's a higher grade. And you could probably find this in comic book stores, maybe still find them these days in the dollar store. So this is definitely a book to pick up. Pages, Films, and Plastics. Hey, Chris, happy to see you again, buddy. Hope you're doing better. Definitely doing better. And, yeah, I definitely had a temper tantrum. A lot of things were going on. And I promise you guys, once I get situated, because this has been a very stressful time, you know, losing all of my jobs at one point, having the cat going in and out of problems, knowing that we have to move within 2 to 3 months, and not knowing where we're moving or how we're going to pay for it, definitely made things a little stressful. So I promise you, once we get situated, I'll get right back on track and go back to what I know you guys love. So I know some of you may not like the fact that I'm selling my books, but, you know, I want to concentrate on the people that really appreciate what I'm trying to do. And knowing that you could see me hit rock bottom, and the beautiful thing about rock bottom is you only have up to go from there. So you can get down, but if you stay down, that's a choice. You saw me rock bottom the other day. If you saw that video that I deleted, I'm not that anymore. So we've hit rock bottom. We only have up to go from there. And speaking of up to go to there, here's the next book. Now, there's been rumors, and it's not 100% confirmed, but it pretty much is at this point, that you will be seeing Warlock in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, most likely in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Anything can change. Always keep that in mind, because remember, they did say he was originally supposed to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and they cut him out because of time restrictions and just too many characters. So always remember, there is that possibility, but chances are high. Now, of course, some of the Silver Age appearances, there's a couple of different ones. One when he's just labeled as a Cocoon, another one he's just labeled as him. There's a lot of them that are out there, but this is one most people will probably pass up, and it's wonderful 90s art. You could see it has that reflective special covers from the 90s, but this is Warlock Chronicles issue number 1. Now, there's going to be a lot of people when they finally talk about Adam Warlock in the MCU, because he's not, in my opinion, going to be a one-and-done character. They're probably going to see him beginning as maybe a villain, but turns into an anti-hero, into a hero. I mean, obviously they can change anything they want, but I think that's probably the route they would go. So you're probably going to see him several times in Phase 4. So most people are going to look for those higher grade books. They might be out of your reach, but this is one that you could probably easily find in the dollar bin, probably buy it for $5 to $10 on eBay. And even if you only have the price go up to $20, you're still doubling your money. Last time I checked, doubling your money is always a good thing. So this is one of those typical 90s covers that, you know, reflects all shiny and pretty and metallic-y kind of stuff. So this is easier to find in high grade because of the fact that this is kind of like a very solid cover, not your typical Marvel cover these days where you could sneeze on it and half the color blows away. So again, this is easily a dollar bin find. This is one under the radar, and when Adam Warlock ends up in the MCU, this might be something you can get a quick turnaround for a steal to sell if you so desire. That's why I always tell people, get multiple copies so you don't have to worry. So I got 2 more I'm going to show you, and I just want to remind people, just in case you're coming in, I'm doing 2 videos tonight. Right after this one, I am doing a video about selling some more comics. I got about 14 more comics. Some of them are pretty key. I've been listening to what people want, and I'm going to be doing that video right after, but they're already on the web store, the website. So if you want to check it out, here's the link. It's also in the description, so you can get it before anybody else does. But I will be doing that right after this. All right, next book. Seems to be a little slow tonight on the camera. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this. All right, this is another book that's going to be under the radar. Again, most people are going to be looking for the first appearance of this character, but it's very expensive, even though there isn't even a suggestion that this person is going to be in the MCU. So this is another one of those books that's like mid-'80s, early '90s that might slip under the radar that many people may not think about, where you can make some good profit by getting this cheap. And that is Moon Knight #1. Now, this is his regular series from the '80s. So this is a Copper Age book, or considered maybe Modern Age. I'm not sure. It's one of the two. It depends on the year. But most people are going to be looking for, you know, his first appearance, which is going to be very expensive at this point. Other people are going to look for his first solo series, but that's Bronze Age. So again, that's getting up there. This might be the next best thing. This is another book you could probably find in the dollar bin or under $10 on eBay right now in higher grade. Again, you know, not including a 9.8. But this is a book, again, it might slip under the radar. As of now, there is only rumors about Moon Knight, but people have been hoping and asking for either a TV show or a movie for the longest time, and soon Disney is about to open up their own version of Netflix on their network. Who's to say they might eventually have a Moon Knight appearance or a Moon Knight TV show? I think he would be better off on a TV show than a movie, at least at first, because this is a character outside of the comic book community, would probably not be very well known. So a TV show would allow people to get to know the character, and if it becomes popular and is good, you may see a movie at some point. But again, this is speculation, this is taking a chance. But if you buy this book for $2 and it never pans out, well, you have a nice comic to read. You didn't really lose out. So this is definitely a book worth considering. You're going to get it cheap. All right, last one, and don't forget to stick around because I am also going to do the surprise subscriber shout out. So if you want one, you don't even have to be a subscriber. And again, right after this video, probably within 2 minutes, I will be going live once again. And I have 14 new books that I'm going to be showing you guys. They're all ungraded. Most of them are pretty much key issues. They are already on my web store if you're interested in looking before I show the videos. And the link is in the description, live, and also in the description itself. All right, so this is the last book. This is another one that's based on a rumor, but rumors sometimes turn into true things. And again, first of all, his first appearance is in the Golden Age. Most people are not going to be able to afford that even in a coverless. Then after that, most people are going to go for the Silver Age. That book is already getting up there. So this is another 80s/90s book that may slip under the radar that you can get pretty cheap. And yes, Werewolf by Night 32 is his first appearance. But if you look at that book, it's pretty expensive. So you're definitely not even getting a page for under $20 of that book. But if you can get it, please do. I was telling people years ago to get that book. Very expensive, even without anything other than a rumor. Just imagine what will happen to that book and all the other books around it if he does end up getting a movie or TV deal. All right, so this is the last one for of the 5. And this is a book that will definitely slip under the radar. This is Namor issue #1. This, again, is late 80s, early 90s. This is another dollar bin comic. Probably spend anywhere from $5 to $10, depending on the grade. You know, if you get a 9.8, it'll probably be $40, $50 you can sneak under the radar. And Oregon decided to say hi really quick, so there's one of my cats. But again, this is a Golden Age hero. There have been rumors that saying in Endgame, you know, spoiler alert if you haven't seen Endgame yet, that when they were talking about an earthquake under Wakanda, under the ocean, they were saying that might be rumored to be Submariner. Now, they've talked about that they want to have Submariner in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but remember, they do not own the rights to Submariner. But also keep in mind, they did not own the rights to Ego the Living Planet. They don't own the rights to Spider-Man, and they don't own the rights to the Hulk. And yet, they're in the MCU. So money talks. And since it's not a major company that owns the rights to Submariner, I believe it's a little conflicted on who owns the rights of them. But if they're not doing anything with them, why not make a bunch of money doing nothing? So again, most people are not going to be able to afford the Golden Age version of this book. Even the Silver Age is starting to get out of reach. So this might be another book. Again, if you buy it for $1 in your local comic book store, and you can sell it for 10, you've made 10 times your money. That's always a good thing. So profit is all about making more than you spend. So, you know, you're not going to retire off of any of these books or all of those books combined. But if you can make a little profit and it helps you buy some other books or pay a bill or help you get a house, then it might be worth it. It would be a toy house for those books, but I think you know what I mean. So those are the 5 books. I'm going to give the surprise subscriber shout out. Oregon, who do you want for the surprise subscriber shout out? He's kind of looking at me like, why am I talking to him? So we'll pick one really quick, and then stay tuned if you're interested in seeing some of the books I have for sale. Again, they will be on the website. So let's scroll back a little bit. And if you want to be a surprise subscriber shout out, say that 10 times fast. It does help to be a subscriber, but you don't have to be when it's live. If you want to hit the like button, always appreciated. Want to hit the share button, even more appreciated. And don't forget to leave your comments. But we're going to do today, we're going to give it to Venom Beast 10. Venom Beast 10 writes, I heard that X-Men number 4, First Omega Red, is a book to get because of the thinking of introducing him in Phase 4. That's actually, if you look at my other videos where I do, 5 books for under $100, that's one I've actually recommended. So yeah, that's another one worth taking the chance on. So good job on that. So if you're one of my power viewers and saw from beginning to end, don't forget to tell everybody. If you're an ultra power viewer, which means every video of mine that you watch from beginning to end, give a shout out to our surprise subscriber shout out. Hit subscribe, stick around for the sale of some comics. These are ungraded, so I will take them out, let you see them, and they're on the website. They only show one picture because you're going to be watching here on the video, and you'll see them a lot better. So these are all going to help with the bills for Luna, and also help us move, because if you're just tuning in, we didn't get the one we wanted. The place that we're looking at, houses sell quick. So we put in a bid for a house yesterday. They called us and said if we can come up with about 22,000 cash, we'll get the house. So we have to come up with about 22,000, roughly about $20,000 in the next 2 months. So I'm going to be selling a bunch of my books. Now, these are all duplicates that I'm selling, and that's one of the reasons why I tell people all the time, get duplicate copies of your books. So this way, if anything, you have one that's a reader, and another one you can keep in pristine or the best condition you can. So if you ever need to sell it or slab it, you still have the ability to read them. Also keep in mind, if you have a slab of book, you can always crack it open and read it, or you can get a digital copy, or you could read it online or borrow somebody else's. There's always ways to do it. Or you can get a Marvel reprint or a DC reprint. There's always ways to read books these days, especially with the wonderful use of the World Wide Web. So those are the 5 books. If you appreciated this video, give it a thumbs up. Stick around. If you don't want to wait for the video, like I said, the link, just go all the way to the bottom and you'll see all the comics. Just hit the see more button. Once you get to the bottom, you'll see them all. There's about 14 new comics. I added all the signed comics on what's left of them on the web store. A couple of them were sold, and if you want to get them before I even start the video, you're more than welcome to. So let me shut this down. I'll be back in about 2 minutes. And don't forget, it's not you, it is not I, it's We Love Comics. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate you guys being patient with the channel. I promise you, in the next couple of months, we're going to get back on schedule and back to the regularly program that hopefully that you enjoy. See you in a few. Peace.